Hello everyone, this is our 17th video under the GCSE topic revision guide called Surds. First of all, look at some exam style questions. During working on the exam questions, we are going to show the theory at that question. So it's not much theory on this topic. Again, we have to familiar with the Surd rules and how to work out some reasoning questions which involve with some Surds. Let's look at some exam style question. We're going to discuss this Surd tutorial. You can download this Surds tutorial from our website at www.smart-tutors.co.uk/worksheet.php. Under the Year 11 category, you can download this tutorial. Let's look at the questions now. Question number 1. Express the Surd root 48 plus square root 108 in the form of k root 6, where k is a surd. So how can we start this question? First of all, square root of 48 we have to simplify in a format where we can just do simplified surd format. To do that one, so in the Year 8, Year 9, we have studied the factor tree. So 48, the factor tree is 2 with 24. So 2 is a prime number, so I circle that one. So there's no more factor for the 2. So 2, so you don't want to write it as a 1 times 2. So keep the 2 with 24 is 48. And 24 is not a prime number. So again 2 with 12. Then again 2 with 6, then again 2 with 3. So how many 2's are there? So 2, 2, 2, 2. So square root of, so 2, 2, 2, and another 2, then last 3. So now, so 2 times 2, so 2 pairs of 2 can come out as 1, 2 out. So what is that meaning is 2 times 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2 outside of the square root. So I have sorted this first 2. The second sets of the 2 is this third 2 and the fourth 2. So 2 times 2, 4, and square root of 4 is 2. So another 2 is coming out. This 3 doesn't have a pair, so he is going to be on its own inside the square root. So the answer is 4 root 3. So that is the answer for root 48. Now square root of 108, we're going to do the same thing. So 108 can be simplified as a 254, 227, and 3, 9, and 3 and 3. So now all these ones are prime factors. So I ended up with 2 2's and 3, 3 and 3. Square root of 2 2's are coming, so one of the 2 out and 3 3's. So again this 2 3's can come out as a one of the 3 out, and 1 3 is going to be on its own. So the answer is 2 times 3 is 6 root 3. So we're going to do 4 root 3 plus 6 root 3 is going to be 10 root 3. So 10 root 3 equal to, so in the form of k root 6. So k root 6. Right. Now we have to find out what is the k. So k equal, so 10 root 3 over root 6. Now we can't leave this as it is. We have to rationalize the denominator. So let me change a different color so we know what we are doing. So the bottom number, the denominator, cannot have the square root. So we are going to be multiply the same number top and bottom, numerator and the denominator times by the root 6. So root 6 times root 6 becomes 6. Then 10. Then this is going to be square root of 6, square root of 3, square root of 18. Right? Or we can leave it as it is. Rather than square root of 18, I'm going to keep the square root of 6 as it is, because in the question is there. So square root of 6 is there and square root of 3. Let's like that. So then simplify a little bit more. So 2 goes into 5 and 2 goes into 3. So what we ended up with, 5 square root of 3 times 6 is 18 over 3. Now I'm thinking, so 18 can be simplified as 5, 9 times 2, square root of 9 can be written as 3. So 3 times 5 is 15 root 2 over 3. So if you simplify, that is going to be 5 root 2. Again, let me check this from these steps. Root 6 top and bottom. So root 6 times root 6 is 6. Then 10 root 18. 10 root 18. So that's correct. So 3 and 5, half and half. So 5 and 3 root 18. So root 18 can be 9 root 2. So 3 times 5 is 15 root 2 over 3. So 5 root 2. So that is the form for the answer. So k equal 5 root 2. So that is the answer. So question number 2. The diagram shows a triangle DEF inside a rectangle. So show that the area of the triangle DEF is 8 centimeters squared. So we need to prove the triangle inside the area is 8 centimeters squared. So we don't have the measurement, and this is not a right angle triangle to find out. The only way to do is using the Pythagoras theorem. We can find out this side, which is the length of the rectangle. So basically 2 root 10 whole thing squared, x squared plus 2 squared. So 2 squared is 4 times root 10 squared is 10 and x squared plus 4. So 10 times 4 is 40. 40 take away 4 is 36. So x squared equal 36 means x equals 6. So x equals 6 means this is going to be 4. And this is 2 plus 2. This is going to be 4 as well. So now the method to do this question is, in order to find the area of the triangle inside the rectangle, if we know the area of the rectangle, take away the right angle triangle. I'm naming this as A, B and C. If we can find the individual triangles area added up together, then take away from the rectangle gives the shaded triangle. That is the method I'm going to do. So I'm trying to squeeze it here. So A is the triangle area, half base height. So a little bit of mental maths. 4 times 4, 16 divided by 2 is 8 centimeter squared. B equal half times base times 2, and 2 and 2 cancel, 2 centimeter squared. And C is half base is 6 and the height is 2, and 2 and 2 cancel, this is 6 centimeter squared. And if I add everything together, 8 plus 2 10, 16 centimeter squared is the area of ABC. So rectangle's area, so rectangle area of the rectangle you can write, so that is 6 times 4. So 6 times 4 is 24 centimeter squared. So triangle DEF equal 24 minus 16, 8 centimeter squared. Question number 3. Two brackets with one 1 plus root 2 and the other one is 3 minus root 2. Give your answer in the form of a plus b root 2. So it's straightforward expanding brackets but with the third square root numbers. So I'm going to expand in the normal way how we do an algebraic expansion. So 1 is going to be multiply the 3, so 3. 1 is going to multiply the root 2, so minus root 2, plus 3 root 2 times 3 is 3 root 2. We're trying to write the third, the square root after the whole number. Then plus times minus is minus. Root 2 times root 2 is root 4. So careful, root 2 times root 2, which is root 4, which we know is 2. So 2 here. So 3 take away 2 is 1. And here 3 root 2 take away 1 of the root 2. 3 root 2 take away 1 of root 2 is 2 root 2. So 1 plus 2 root 2, which is a plus b root 2 format. So a nearly equal to 1 and b equal to 2. So this is the answer, but if sometimes they ask you to find the a and b integers, but here where a and b is a form, so as long as you present the answer in 1 plus 2 root 2, that format, which is exactly correct. Question number 4. A trapezium is given in the diagram here and the area also given, and the length, everything's marked correctly. Calculate the value of k, which is, I believe this one is the k. Yes, nothing, no other case in the diagram. Giving your answer in the a root b minus c format. A, b, c are positive integers. Show each step in your working. So in order to do this one, you only need to know the area of the trapezium. Careful, we already know the trapezium area equation. A plus b divided by 2 times by height. So area is 5 root 6. A plus b is 4 plus k divided by 2 times by height, which is root 3. So that is the equation we found, and now we need to solve the answer for the k. So to get rid of this 2, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So I'm timesing this by 2. I'm timesing this by 2. So this will end up with 10 root 6 equal, so this 2 and this 2 cancel, 4 root 3 plus root 3 k root 3. So I'm timesing by root 3 times 4 is 4 root 3 plus k root 3. So k root 3 equal 10 root 6 minus 4 root 3. So k equal, so let me write it here, 10 root 6 minus 4 root 3 over root 3. So times by root 3 here and times by root 3 here. Right, so k equal, so 10 root 6 times root 3 is 10 root 18. Root 3 times root 6 is root 18 minus 4 root 3 times root 3 is just 3. And here root 3 times root 3 is going to be just 3. Now we are going to simplify. K equal root 18 can be simplified as, just for your information, root 18 can be written as root 9 times 2. Root 9 we know is 3 root 2. So this is 3 root 2. So 3 times 10 is 30 root 2 minus 12 over 3. So the final answer, the 3 is going to be divide both of the number. 30 divided by 3 is 10 root 2 minus 12 divided by 3 is 4. Question number 5. Rationalize the denominator. So 6 over root 5. I'm timesing by root 5 top and bottom. I mean denominator and the numerator. So 6 root 5. Root 5 times root 5 is 5. So 6 root 5 over 5. Expand and simplify. It's same as a algebraic expansion. So 2 is going to be multiply the root 5. So 2 root 5. 2 is going to be multiply the 20. So 2 root 20. And plus here root 10 and root 5 are both have the square root. So I'm going to multiply inside the square root. 10 times 5 is 50. Plus square root of 20 times 10 is 200. So now I'm going to simplify this one. 2 root 5 plus 2 square root of 20 can be written as 4 times 5. Always I look for a square number. 4 is a square number. Square number times a number which is not a square number. It can be a prime number. It can be anything, but cannot be have a pair. So now the next number, root 50, my nearest square number is 25 times 2. And plus 200, my nearest square number is 100 times 2. Now we can easily do this one. 2 root 5 plus root 4 is 2. 2 coming outside is 2 times 2 is 4 root 5 plus root 25 is 5 root 2 plus 10 root 2. Now if we simplify 5 root 2 plus 10 root 2, it's going to be 15 root 2 plus 6 root 5. So that is the answer for the question. So 15 root 2 plus 6 root 5. Question number 6. Root 5 times root 8 is root 40 plus root 5 times root 18 root 90. Square root of root 40, the nearest square number is 4 times 10, and square root of 90 can be written as 9 times 10. So square root of 4 is outside 2, so 2 root 10, and square root of 9 is 3 root 10. So if I added them together, so 5 root 10. So that is the answer, 5 root of 10. And find the value of a, so that is not my answer. So the a root 10, so a equal 5. That is the answer. Question number 7. Martin did this question, rationalize the denominator. So this is the question and here is the working. 14, 2 plus root 3, 14, 2 minus root 3 is the surd format you need to multiply to get rid of the surd. So if you are doing the rationalizing, so this 2 minus root 3 is the correct. So that step is correct, this step is correct. Now when you are timesing, 2 times 14 is 28, 14 times that top set also correct. 2 plus 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 minus root 3, so that is correct, and that is correct. And then now plus times minus, this has to be minus, and root 3 times root 3 is 3, correct, only thing the plus is the problem. Martin's answer is wrong. Find Martin's mistake. So root 3 plus root 3 times minus root 3 equal minus 3, not plus 3. So that is the answer. They didn't ask you to work it out. Find Martin's mistake. Only 1 marks. Don't spend the time to do the question. Just leave it. So you found the mistake and you have indicated to get that 1 mark. Someone else doing the question, and 5 over root 12, again rationalize the denominator, root 12 top and bottom. Root 12 times root 12 is 12, that is correct, that is correct, that is correct. 5 root 12, so 5 root 12, 5 times 3 root 2. Let me do my Surd format simplification. Root 12 equal 4 times 3. Root 4 is 2 root 3. So they put 3 root 3. So square root of 12 equal to 2 root 3 according to my explanation here. Not 3 root 2. So that is the mistake. This is the mistake here, right? Question number 8. Rationalize the denominator. So 5 over root 2 times root 2 times root 2. So the answer is going to be 5 root 2 over root 2 times root 2 is 2. So that is the answer, 5 root 2 over 2. So 1 over 1 plus root 2 times 1 minus root 2. 1 minus root 2. So here the top is going to be 1 minus root 2. And the denominator, when you expand this one, a plus b, a minus b, you can use a formula. But if you are not familiar with the formula method, you just expand the brackets. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times minus root 2 is minus root 2. And root 2 times 1 is plus root 2. And root 2 times root 2 is just 2 but minus 2. So the answer is 1 minus root 2 over minus root 2 plus root 2. 1 minus 2 is minus 1, right? So now if you want, you can simplify. So 1 divided by minus 1 is minus 1. Minus root 2 divided by minus 1 is plus root 2. So the answer is root 2 minus 1 is the answer for the B part. So root 2 minus 1. Or you can leave it as 1 minus root 2 over minus 1, but if they ask you to simplify, it would be better to write it as a root 2 minus 1. C part, 8 over 2 minus root 5. So the rationalize the denominator, 2 plus root 5. You need to times top and bottom, 2 plus root 5. Now when you times 8 times 2 is 16 plus 8 root 5 over 2 times 2 is 4, 2 root 5 minus 2 root 5 and minus 5 equal 16 plus a root 5 over 2 root 5 minus 2 root 5 cancel. 4 minus 5 is minus 1. So the answer is minus 16 minus 8 root 5. That is the answer. Question number D. 3 plus root 2 over 3 minus root 2. The only problem I want you to consider is you need to find out the 3 plus root 2. You need to times top and bottom. So times 3 plus root 2. So when you multiply the top, 3 plus root 2 times 3 plus root 2, 3 times 3, 9 plus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2, root 2 times root 2 is 2 over 3 minus root 2, 3 plus root 2, 3 times 3 is 9 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 root 2 minus root 2 times root 2 is 2. So the answer is 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 6 root 2. 3 root 2 minus 3 root 2 cancel. 9 take away 2 is 7. So that is the answer for the question number D. 8D. Question number 9. Rationalize the denominator. Same concept. We need to do the same thing but different numbers. So root 3 you need to times by root 3. So this is 3 root 3 over 3 and 3 and 3 cancel. The answer is root 3. Second one, times 2 minus root 3 and top one also times the same thing, 2 minus root 3. So you got to take the negative. If there's a positive you need to take negative. If there's a negative you need to take the positive. So the answer for the top one, 2 times 2 is 4 minus 2 root 3 over 2 times 2 is 4 minus 2 root 3 and plus 2 root 3 and minus root 3 times root 3 is 3. So the answer is 4 minus 2 root 3. This and this cancel, 4 take away 3 is 1, and that is the answer for the F. G is 5 over 1 minus 2 root 5. So the rationalizing denominator part, 1 plus 2 root 5 and times the top one by 1 plus 2 root 5 and 5 plus 10 root 5 over 1 times 1 is 1 plus 2 root 5 minus 2 root 5, and now you need to be careful. 2 root 5 times 2 root 5. 2 times 2 is 4, but minus is there, minus 4, and root 5 times root 5 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. So the final answer for the G is 5 plus 10 root 5 over 2 root 5 minus 2 root 5. 1 minus 20 is minus 19. H is 5 plus 2 root 2 and 5 plus 2 root 2. Why I am selecting the 5 plus 2 root 2 is 5 minus 2 root 2 is the denominator, and we need to choose the 5 plus 2 root 2. And the top one, 5 times 5 is 25 and 5 times 2 root 2 is 10 root 2 and 5 times 2 is again 10 root 2, and now the last one, 2 root 2 times 2 root 2. Careful with the surds separately. Root 2 is 2, then 2 times 2 is 4, that 4 and that 2 is 8, so plus 8. So next one, 5 times 5 25 plus 10 root 2 minus 10 root 2, and the last one becomes minus and same thing 8. So here cancel the bottom one. The top one become 25 plus 8 is 33 plus 20 root 2 over 25 take away 8 is 17, and that is the answer for the question number 9H. Question number 10, again rationalize this denominator. 1 over root 5. So 1 over root 5, we got to times the top and the bottom by root 5. So the root 5 on the top, bottom one root 5 times root 5 is 5. So the answer is root 5 over 5. Simplify, expand and simplify. So basically you expand the bracket as the normal, how you expand the algebraic expansion. 5 times root 5 is 5 root 5 and plus 5 times root 2 is 5 root 2 plus root 20 times root 5, which is root 100. Careful, if two numbers multiply together which both have the square root, you can simplify by multiplying inside the square root. So 20 times 5 is 100 plus root 20 times root 2, root 40. So 5 root 5 I leave it as it is, and 5 root 2 I also leave it as it is here. Then root 100 is 10, and next one, and 4 root 10. Anything else you can do? So if you have any problem doing that one, and root 40 is going to be 4 and 10, and 10 cannot be have a factors 2 and 5. So basically you can have a 2 and root of 10. So that is the simplification here, 2 root 10, and this doesn't have a 10 here number. This is 5 root 2 and this is 5 root 5. If you think about, all the terms are different, so as long as you write the answer in a neat form, so 5 root 5 plus 5 root 2 plus 10 plus 2 root 10. So we can't simplify anything more than that because the terms are a different expression. Root 5, root 2, root 10, they can't be simplified, and a number. Question number 11. Write as a single surd, then evaluate. So if you want to write as a single surd, so you can put 1 square root 320 divided by 5, which is 1 square root 320 divided by 5. 300 divided by 5 is 60, 20 divided by 5 is 4, 64. So square root of 64 is 8. So that is the answer for the question number A. Question number B, 8 is outside of the square root. 1 square root 75 over 5. 75 divided by 5 is 15. So 8 root 15. So that is the answer, 8 root 15. Next one, 4 and square root of 72. I'm just thinking 72 can be written as 36 times 2. I always go for a square number and a number. Then you can take the square numbers root quickly. So times 3 root 4. Root 4 I know is 2. 2 times 3 is 6 over 12 root 2. So let's simplify this one. Square root of 36 is 6. So 6 coming outside, 6 times 4 is 24 root 2 times 6 over 12 root 2. So root 2 cancel. 12 goes into 1, 12 goes into 2. 2 times 6 is 12. So the answer is 12. That is the end of the video tutorial on Surds. You can download this tutorial what we discussed in the video from our website at www.smarttutorscouk/worksheet.php. I hope you like the video. If you do like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to watch all the upcoming videos. Thank you.